Okay, it's been like a couple weeks since I last streamed, I guess. See if I still remember what I'm doing. Um, Today I'd like to continue working on this color picker that I started on a while ago. I'd like to get it to like a state where it could have like a sort of V1. To do that, I think there's like a few things we need to do. So let's open these notes. Um, Requirements. So this this is useful, I think, allowing the displayed color to be specified via the command line. This is specified. Specified is very important. Um, this, so I think I'm gonna do these two. These are like the first things I'm gonna do. I don't know if lab's a priority. I have like a half finished patch on my other computer. I might work on that later. Scaling, probably important. Um, Text input, something like that's good. Pick a screen value I don't really care about. Um, shadows. Shadows are possible. I'm not sure if that's a priority. I want a different mode. It's not going to be a color wheel. It'll be an alt screen. When hovering over the center, probably not. It'll probably just be a different mode. There'll probably be some buttons for switching the mode here. And I think we need to like adjust a few things. More items in color stack. So like 5 is kind of not enough. So actually that might be the first thing I'll just try right now. I'm gonna add like a font. I'm gonna like probably embed it, but I'll choose a different font that's redistributable. I don't know, this is like some Japanese font. It's probably not redistributable, so probably won't be using this one. We will find out. So let's begin here. So I don't remember how anything here is written. It could be completely weird. I'm assuming there was like some sort of color stack. Here we go. So let's do a pound define here. Color stack items. Originally it was 5. Now let's make it 9 or 10, and we're gonna have to adjust the scale and stuff. Maybe 8, 10, I'm not sure. Let's try with 8. Let's try that. Should have hot reloading. Oh, but that changes the struct, so yeah, that's why that crashed. Okay, so we do not have 8 items though. That is weird. Why were those ones taking so long to show up? That's really weird. Okay, so we'll have to figure out what's going on there. Probably there's some random hard-coded nonsense going on somewhere. Or definitely there was, because there was 5, so that would make sense. So let's open the color picker, not the binary. Let's open the color picker. There should be like a do color stack. So do color stack. Probably there's somewhere in here that's got like oh, it's a stack item, sorry. Here we've probably got some sort of weird hard-coded values. Not really seeing what's going on here. So where's like the 4 color stack? Where's the like 4 each? Ah, it's here. So we draw the last one separately. Okay. Um, that's fine. We'll do U32. Um, this is going to be equal to this minus 1. Down here, this is going to be loop items. We're going to have to adjust some sizes here in a second, but that's okay. Okay, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to reduce this font size, but let's first shrink this one down a little bit. I'm not sure I like these this rounded, to be honest, either. So let's do that. That would be do color stack item. Not sure what this fade, why is this fade stack different from color stack item? I'm not sure yet. I feel like it shouldn't be. If fade stack, fade param. Which rect is this? Old is a color. Let's just do red. Oh, that's only when you're fading. So let's push some value, or try to push a value anyways. Okay, so that's this one that goes up here. Okay. I think that's just another item though. Let me just put a do here. So, okay, so color stack item. The stack scale target's fine. So it's basically this rect. I think we're just drawing. So what is this rect that we're getting here? Draw rectangle. It's the raylib dealio here. Do I have raylib open anywhere here? No. Raylib cheat sheet. Draw rectangle lines EX is what I want. And it's just gonna take the rect. So r.raylib rectangle, I guess what I called it here. Line thick, 3, red. Just want to see it. That's this sort of bounding rectangle, and we fill in that item. So we can actually shrink that one outside of this this here loopy here. Okay, so let us The height, maybe the height should be a little smaller. And I want it to be like this rectangular though, but so we'll make this for sure smaller. That feels like kind of small. Maybe not. Maybe that's okay. I'm not sure. I need to obviously fix this. So position.y. That's not what I was expecting to happen there. Um, Wait, why am I even adjusting this, to be honest? What is this even doing? It's like, yeah, the X position should be moved, but the other one... I don't know why I was adjusting the Y one there. That doesn't even make sense. Probably just delete that. Probably this window needs to be... Default window size needs to be narrower, possibly. But, so here... This, I think, should be derived from this size somehow, probably. Um, so what was this before? Like 0.16. I mean, as long as it like doesn't overlap with the other ones, I don't see the problem. Is that working how it's supposed to be? I'm not sure. I think so. There's just something like way down here that's not supposed to be there. That's okay. So let's get rid of that red rectangle for now. This arrow needs to be moved. They're slightly overlapping each other. So I can probably just turn down that scale target size a little bit. I think it's still overlapping. Okay, that's maybe better. Um, Now for that triangle, I'll have to move that in a second. Um, don't want these so rounded. I don't like that. It's kind of really ugly. So what is going on here? Got like maximum roundness, I guess, is what this is. So like maybe 0.5. Maybe those are a little crowded. This is all wrong. Let's just pre-compute this position delta. Up here, and then we were using that. Let's use like 1.14 maybe and see how that goes. That's like too much. Something like that is looking pretty good, I think. Do all these work? They should, right? Shouldn't be any reason why these wouldn't work. That looks right. So, okay, so that is better. Stack offset target. This is minus y position delta. But what is stack offset target being used for here? So when we start pushing this, okay, so there's one more thing. Let's see what else we've got going on here. So when we go to push something, what happens now? That still looks fine besides the fact that it's rounded. So let's try to replace this with, this is CS, color stack, Y offset. What on earth is color stack Y offset? Oh, it's the total. There's like a total offset, like a state offset, which is like shifting the whole, it's shifting the whole stack up or down. That would be that one. Let's see if I can just replace, I might keep putting the same color on here. What happened there? Oh, because I'm like double clicking. I see. Yeah, so I need to fix that. That's one thing that definitely needs to get fixed because I can't like click the triangle properly, but let's do that first. Okay, so like the rest of this I think is gonna get shrunk as well and like adjusted a little bit here in a second. So I gotta, yeah, I can, okay. So let me think. Let me find where that triangle is. So here's the draw triangle. Um, Now push collides, collision point rectangle. That is gonna be, let's just draw this rectangle. Let's copy paste this. So that'd be that rectangle. So we need to move that down. Um, this probably is wrong. So that'd be the last one. So what we want to do is just do the same delta. So I would put that below it and make sure it's below. So obviously now it's kind of overlapping this part, but we can fix that one after. Seems like this rectangle for this is like too big as well. It shouldn't jump like that. Um, right. So was here before. So I see. Because like this stack, like if we draw this stack rectangle, it's like, yeah. I want to center this in this rectangle actually. So, oops. Yeah, obviously that's not a use value. Wait, what on earth? Oh, I don't know how this even managed to get to like a drawing. Okay, so let us actually make sure that that gets centered properly in this rectangle, that I can use this rectangle for layout purposes. Um, so really this is which is so well, honestly, like I think the compiler is just gonna optimize this, so I don't know if I really care. That would center that correctly. And then for the Y, it should be like the same thing. Why is that like? Wait, what? What is going on there? Oh, duh. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. This should be. Let's do this differently. Just put one in here for now. Okay, yeah, that's obvious. This line is wrong. So, okay, so let's say times 1.1 or something, maybe. That's like maybe something good. And then, did not do what I wanted it to do. Wait, what? Why is that not working properly? Why is that not doing anything? Huh. That's weird. I mean, it's possible this is just like completely not correct. Let me just you see, this is like kind of stupid. This should just like divide this into um this many sections. Now, where did this go? What happened here? I'm gonna this out for now. Oh, sorry, this is getting calculated as an integer. My bad. Okay, so I would perfectly fit it into this hole where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna get rid of this rectangle. Um, And then, yeah, let's try to do something like this actually. And then let's shrink this even more. Minus like some padding value. Oops, not that much, sorry. Let me stick here. Maybe you just do this. And then pad by the remainder here. So then instead of doing this, this is going to be plus some padding. Which should just be a single item's worth. There's like one extra item here, so no, that's not quite right. Oh, this is position though. Yeah, it's like a position. So I want to say like 10 kind of looks right, but I want to be a little bit more calculated about that. So let me just see here. So then if you do that, that would fit nicely. So this little triangle needs to be adjusted slightly. So it shouldn't be like, so right now it's like slightly outside that box somehow. Yes. So this would make sense to have its position start at oops. There, this makes sense now. Yeah, that makes sense now. Okay. Okay, cool. So this stack is looking a little better now, I would say. We can get rid of these rectangle drawing. So this is in a more appropriate place now. We can push stuff there. So now let's just that works. So let us do this. So this thing is just a stack item at a specific location. Um, how is this color stack item thing going here? I see what the difference is. This is taking a item index. I think this should just take a color. If this just took a color instead, I'm not sure actually. Good of that, we don't need that. We're gonna take this for now. Just gonna copy this down here and we will these are just 0.5s. Let's do something like this, maybe. Um, don't need to do that anymore. I could just store that on in the color picker. Let's see here. Things it's kind of just like a constant value. Let's do this instead, I think. Okay. So now those are all looking to be correct. Everything looks pretty smooth. So that is probably good to take the win on this part. Is there maybe some more stuff to just clean up here? Maybe certainly possible. Do we want this to just be in a rectangle? I'm not sure. It's possible too. So like we just copy this, change a couple parameters. Triangle gets drawn on top. Um, something like that, maybe. This is going to be a colliteral. Can't do this because it's Raylib. Let's try this first and see what it looks like. Yeah, not draw rect. We want just direct rect. Oops, is a second draw rect. So like, this doesn't need to be fading. I'm not sure. So you could get rid of this, and just adjust the. That doesn't need to be there either, for that matter. And just adjust this triangle a little bit so that the width isn't so. So draw these first and then adjust the width. You could like make this an item so that the whole thing just scales up. I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. I might change it later, change my mind again later, but for now, that's looking a lot better. So let us see here. Probably doesn't need to be done like that. I mean, I guess the argument was it was a little easier to read, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, because then this one gets like, these get like really wide. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll just leave those. Um, Oops, don't know what I just did there. Actually, let's go back up here and see, did I have this? Yeah, why am I taking this, like, take it up here? Not sure why I did this. Had all these manually fully typed out like this. Kind of weird. Okay, so that's probably better. Okay. Cool. So let us do that. Let's take the win on that one. Um, so before this, you know what? Like, yeah, I kind of want to do that. So this is actually like one. So I'll just type it. I'm gonna do it. Uh, that's exactly what this is. So that still works as intended. So we'll do with that. We'll go with that. Um, okay. I think we are taking all of this. I don't think there's anything here that wasn't needed. So that's good. Take that. Oops, did I add that? I think so. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna say more items that's not there. Okay, so okay, so that's that. Let's get the output, the color to standard out. I'm gonna define the format string in here for that. Put it down here, I think. It's fine. It's gonna be a string. It's gonna be blah. That's not right. Should be 8. Because I'd like this to be like easily parsable. That's the problem. So probably it doesn't need this hex part. Something like this, and then 0.02f. So you can split on this, and then if you wanted the hex, you'd take the first field. If you wanted the RGBA, you'd take the second field. I think that makes the most sense. So I basically like to be able to just use this in like an editor, take the output directly into like my editor via a plugin, um, and like some string parsing. Let's try that. So here we're gonna do char pointer, char out buff of 128. I don't think it's bigger than that. It doesn't need to be initialized. And then we're gonna do some cinnamon printf, some cinnamon. I don't even know how to pronounce it. And then printf of um, never remember the order. I think it's outbuff, size of outbuff. Um, output format. Wait, why am I even using a? Why am I doing this? Probably it should have a new line at the end as well. Anyways, yeah, I don't know why I did that. That was dumb. Brain was thinking something else. So output format, and then it's gonna be see the problem is that like yeah, so I don't think we're gonna have that in here. That's not gonna be useful because you need to like have the order correct. So it's gonna be like that. Just deal with it. Oops. So then we're gonna do context dot do we have to convert this if it was in I can't remember how this gets stored anymore. Think if we like convert modes, maybe it gets converted. I don't know. Or do we always just store? So like the stack is looks like the stack is always just storing RGB. What about the oops? What about the main program? So context to color. I think this just assumes it's an HSV. So let me just see here. This takes the HSV, which means it was stored in HSV, which means you have to convert it if it's in. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, we need to do this outside then. So we need to do a v4 RGB A, and we're gonna say switch mode case RGB case A break case HSV HSV to RGB A. What's it called? HSV to RGB. These are like here. These should be defined elsewhere, to be honest. Like in util, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Probably I should have this as like a header, but anyways. No rat holing allowed. HSV to RGB. Take this out of here. Actually, there's multiple. We want this one as well. RGB to HSV. Is this? Oh yeah, we want color from normalized as well. Want all of those. Those are all gonna go in here. Speed RGB, context color, break. Never hit this default case. I'm gonna zero this by default. If we somehow hit that, we will do that, but in debug mode, but presumably we're never gonna hit that, so whatever. So this is gonna be color from normalized. Hold on. This is packed. Why Raylib is packed like this? This is some tedious junk. So let's do U32. This is not going to get packed correctly yet. I'm going to have to check and make sure this is the right order. I believe it should be A shifted by 24, ordered with G shifted, sorry, B shifted by um, 16, then green shifted by 8, and then red shifted by 0. That should be correct. That should be that. Should be returning 0 to appease the standards. Don't care. Who cares? Yeah, this. Open color picker.c. These should go here. It's a problem. I believe this is like mode. Is correct. I did mean to use a dot. Oops. It's CPM, not mode. It's CPM, color picker mode. Yeah, shut up. Shut up. Okay, so that is looking good. So if I close this, call it by the correct name, this stuff should probably be shut off in release mode. So we got 1B. You can even just copy it and just paste it in this window. So we got this, and then if we close, no, we did. No, we don't want it in that order. We want it in the other order. Never mind. Anyways, this part is correct. We just need to flip this back. It doesn't need to be flipped like that. Yeah, it does. It doesn't need to be flipped like that. It's fine. Oops, that is not a thing. So if we do this again, and we close, there's the color, there's the other color. This stuff kind of needs to shut up. Now, possibly it could just go to. Yeah, I just like don't think that I need to check like Raylan, but I feel like it doesn't go to standard error. It goes to standard out, which is kind of annoying. Well, I can try that by doing, oops, by doing this. Yeah, it's going to standard out. It's not going to standard error, which is really dumb. So we'll be right back. I'm just gonna go use the washroom. Let me just see. I actually want to see if like I don't care about most of this info stuff, but I probably still would like to have errors. But like, so you can always do this. This is okay as well. I just don't like doing it. Like tail dash one. I can like say tail C1, but hello? Oh, okay, whatever. You always just do that, but then you still lose all that stuff. And it's also annoying that you'd have to pipe it um like an extra time unnecessarily. Let me think. So just look at the raylib source code quickly. If we cd source and we do ag trace log, we go to utils.c. Interesting. You can set your own callback function. It puts these all in a buffer. It doesn't actually even write it. I mean, that's like kind of nice. But then everything has to just go to standard out because of that. I prefer if like error warning went to standard error, or if all of this went to standard error for that matter. Maybe I should just set a callback here. Because then you could just do it yourself. But trace log. Yeah, this needs to be slightly different arguments. This needs to be what's it called? It's like this, one of these ones, like the VA list. But you could still change where it was pointing, so probably that would be smart. And then we just copy paste one of these. Instead of doing this, what we're gonna do is I'm not sure. Maybe I don't want to deal with this right now. For now, oops. Let's for now just not deal with it. Let's just say that if we're in debug mode, we're going to disable the old. Probably it's like log none or something. Yeah, there's like log none. So if you're not in debug mode, we are going to set log to none. This is in main.c. To shut up that at least one of these works properly. Dump color to standard out on close. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to read in the color. So we need to go up here and change this from void to I32 argc and char pointer argv vector. Only problem with this is, well, it's obvious what the problem is. But anyways, so that's fine for now. Also, these are kind of better to not be defined here. Let's just switch that quickly, actually. Because if you're using it in like calculations, if you define it here, the compiler doesn't know that it's not changing. I don't really see any reason for this to ever change at runtime. Actually, I'll just leave that for now. That's like stupid micro optimization. Don't get dragged into micro optimization. Okay, so we have a default color. That's fine. We will override it if it is specified. So let us. This is looking fine. Let me think. We will do this, I think. So this is an I32. I equals 0. I less than arg C. I plus plus. So I'm not sure if I want to do like the simple thing or the proper thing right now. Not sure if I care that much about doing the standard Unix thing. I'm not sure. Maybe we could. Not arg0. Don't care about arg0. So first of all, so if it is H, we will assume you've specified a hex value of the form 0x blah blah blah. If it is these other ones, we will assume you specified float values. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll skip over an extra value here. Here we're gonna also just do the old usage. So usage is not gonna return. What is this? Little annoying I have to include that, but that's whatever. um, the other thing you could do is not include that and do usage and or replace it with a macro. No standard lib needed. Okay, so here how do I want to do this? We will preemptively usage that one, that case, and I will make sure that that exists, which I doubt it exists right now. Probably not. Okay, that is good. So here we will assume then that the first thing was a digit, which is correct. And we will do context dot color dot black equals parse float parse f32 of argvi plus 1 break a b g b g, and then here we're gonna do context dot color equals color from Oh, we don't have a normalized color, do we? From normalize, we do not have like a normalize. That's annoying. um, yeah, I'm gonna ignore that case for just for now, and I'll write that in a second. Even in that case, we're gonna assume that this was a 0x case. Actually, it doesn't matter if this is 0x or not. Yeah. Oh, but this is actually different. Um, okay. If not argv I plus 1, so that part's fine. Or I'm doing a double check here, but that's okay. This case is, or this test is getting some little unruly. That's okay. Okay. Gotta be a color. Um, normalize. Oh, no, sorry, this is before. Um, shift right by blah 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 amount and 0xff. Okay, so oops, 16, 8. Let's do this. 0. Okay, that one's done. Oops, there was another. I was supposed to type the hex thing. Is digit is hex is digit a or a be a little careful here. That looks correct to me. Okay. For now, we're going to skip out on the usage. This is not no return anymore. We're going to do probably I'm just going to use A to F. I would like to just quickly check the muscle source and just see how they've implemented A2F. I have a feeling that it's probably just calling stir2f, but I will just quickly check here. I believe that is in string. No. Where's A2F? Where's A2F defined? Standard lib. Actually, I can't get out of including standard lib anyway, so yeah, A2F just calls stir to D. So these are all just in standard lib anyways. I know A2F shouldn't. They're just gonna say, don't use this, use stir to D. I honestly do not care. Like if you pass some garbage in and it crashes, then oh well, it's on you. So I can't get around including standard lib if I want to use those. So for now, we'll just do it. Oops. exit 1. Okay. 32 parse f32 char pointer s return a2f s. Don't really care if you do that wrong. And then we're gonna do parse u32, and I believe a2i will do the trick. Probably this is fine. I don't 100% know, but that's okay. We'll see. So let's see here. Right. Probably this doesn't need a space here. Oops, normalized color should be getting used here. Well, I half typed something, so it's not. um, okay, no, why is there a usage? Why is that still saying unused? Oh, yeah, sorry. Usage. Usage. argv is 0. Yeah, I don't care about that. So, okay, so now we've got that. Boot. Dash R, and we're gonna say 0.25 dash G 0.25 dash B 0.25 dash A 0.5 2.2. Oh, so there's something wrong with the HSV thing. And also this doesn't look right at all. Oh, it's because the mode starts out in HSV, that's why. Okay, yeah, that's right. So let me. This one's a little bit more of a complicated jobby here. RGB to HSV. Like, oh, right. That's a problem, isn't it? So, yeah. Okay, so let me think here. So if we just parse this, do it. We'll split this into a couple steps here. Okay, so in this case, we'll replace the full Delio. So do that. In these cases, we will just replace singular values in that. And then the end, when we are done, probably this should just be scoped, but we'll see. Okay, so at the end of this, we'll just do a what's it called? So if you specify a bunch of this, it's your fault, to be honest. Anyways, RGB to HSV, because we want the default mode to be RGB. Cool, so now if we do this again, if we try this again, so we get something reasonable besides H being screwed up. Why is H screwed up when that happens? H in this case should be valid, right? That might be like a bug in the... Yeah, that's gotta be like a bug, right? Because this... Yeah, I'm gonna add that to the list. Let me just see if I change this color to something slightly different. Yeah, so that's just like some bug. Hello, Terrace. How have you been? Um, so this should be getting refilled though after we parse these command line options, so not really sure why that's not showing up correctly. Um, so when we start, right, it's like that, and then if we mouse over anything, it brightens. Like the saturation's just like wrong. Let's just set this to 1. Or just not specify that one. That's fine. Yeah, like it looks correct. I think... I don't quite remember what this was. I think you showed me before, but... Well, like a terminal emulator itself doesn't really have... Feature complete v1 of stacks command line. I'm considering adding... I'm not sure what you mean by adding the terminal emulator. Like, do you mean terminal emulator commands? Because like a terminal emulator itself doesn't have any commands. Like a shell would have commands. Yeah, so what's going on here? Maybe there's like a bug. I'm gonna probably punt on this for tonight, but there seems to be like a weird thing going on with this. Actually, maybe I can just see what that is quickly. Fill texture. So here, this probably, I'm just doing something dumb here where I should reset the, yeah. Right, so the W should just always be set here. For all of these, that's just a bug on my part. I'm thinking about UI v2, and I want to mix command line interface with other UI stuff. I'm like still a little confused. So you have a wrapper for Git commands. Um, you're gonna add like a UI for this. I'm not like sure. So this should be correct. I said this. I put a note here so I know what I was doing. Wait, that doesn't make sense. This doesn't really make sense actually. Sorry, that like fixes a bug, but it's not correct. Um, because those let me just close this for a second. No, so that should be able to drop, right? Why is it like slightly off when I'm yeah, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. So you're like saying you want to embed like a shell interface into the window. Um, it's like I don't know like the full just inner full thing you have for your UI, but like you probably don't need like a complete shell. Maybe you do, but like you could probably have your own sort of just command line interface where you just accept input and it has its own commands, like whatever you've defined, and you only handle like those. You don't like try to run like arbitrary shell commands. But I'm not sure like how your thing is set up. Um, why is this like weird? So if you do this and then you mouse over, it just brightens a little bit. Why is that? Okay, so color, context mode, this, we can, like, are one of these commands just like, so no, that is the correct A from the start. It's gonna put a comment here for now and like, I modified the RGB, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this is correct and doesn't modify A, but maybe it does. Let's just no commit this. We're gonna do res.a equals RGB dot A. No, it still like brightens when you mouse over it. I think I'm gonna punt on that issue for tonight. Let me just close this. So, but basically this is working. Let's try a hex color. Um, 00 to 7F 00FF. That one doesn't work. But if it was not in hex, would it work? Oh, see, that's not valid. Yeah. Thought you could pass in. So for hex, I think I just have to write it myself. Um, can't use A2I for that. That's okay. So I need to read 2 digits at a time. No, we don't. We can read 1 digit at a time and then shift everything over as it comes in. So for S plus plus. Let me think. So if it is a digit, let me look at the ASCII table here quickly. Yeah, it's problematic. Because this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So what we need to do is if is digit S else okay, so we'll do this. Gonna need to stop soon, but quickly here. If this is the case, we can do s minus 0. Else we have to do which bit is it that sets the so I basically want to convert this to either upper or lowercase. Um, um, yeah, what's the? I can't remember what the bit is. uh, it's so sorry. I can just do this in my brain here. So okay, so capital A equals 0x41, which equals 0b 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. Then lowercase a is equal to 6 1, which is this. Oops. So that bit, which is bit 5, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we toggle bit 5, if we set bit 5, so um there's no reason why this needs to be constant, so it doesn't really matter. Um and then we can do s minus a. No, that's not right. So if a is 41 and we need it to be, so sorry, a is 61 and we need it to be 10, it should be minus 0x51, which is q. Just, that doesn't matter. Oh, sorry, that's not 10. 10 in hexadecimal is 0x. I'm having a dumb here. 0x 0a is equal to 0b 0 1 0 1 0. Let's do it this way. So it's 1 0 1 0, which is Jesus. my brain today. Holy moly. Um 6 1 minus It's not 5-1. It's like 6-1 minus like less than, or sorry, more than that. It's like 6-1 minus 56, 57. Yeah. That is correct. I'm just having a dumb. Well, that just, yeah, it doesn't matter that it's W. Anyways, this is correct. Should be correct anyways. We will compile it and see. Oops. Res set not used. Res here. Okay, so let's see. There we go. At least I can write a stupid hex parser in not so much time. Let's also say if s and I don't need to do this. This is stupid. S equals 0. I'll skip over those first two digits. Okay. Looks good to me. This color is going to be awful, but that's fine. Something not quite right happened there. So wait, let's see here. 2 2 7F 5 6 0 0. What happened there? That's 6 6. It's correct. Should be shifted over by 4. Let me think. So I don't know why that would be wrong. Let's just step through it. What was the arg? Let's just do this. Oops, focus the wrong window. So let's just do next, next step. That over. Yes. So that means that res is now 2. That's correct. But then we are going to need to see it in hex because otherwise it's not going to make any sense. And we're going to shift over. Should be 2, 0. That's correct. 2, 2. Good. 7. 2, 7, F. 5. 5. 0. That's fine. F. F. So that's the correct return there. Then we're going into here and maybe we have something weird going on. Whoa, 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 whoa. How did we get to this value? Oops, sorry. How did we get to that value? That doesn't even make any sense. Oops. Okay, we're gonna do break. I need to compile this. Break main.c149. Run. Continue. Temp is equal to the wrong value. Run. Continue. Step. Oops. Oh, that would do it. It gets casted to a float at the end implicitly because I don't have that warning on. Oops. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so that's working good. And that color's not as ugly as I was thinking it was going to be, so that's nice. So we will take the win on that. There's still some bugs that I will leave a note to fix. So we did those. Fix HSV texture color alpha when set via command line. What happens, one thing I didn't try, which I'll just close this, is when we do this, can I see that? And we set this to 7F. So yeah, see, that still has that same weird bug. So yeah, it doesn't matter. It's both cases. It's just if the alpha gets set, it has the bug. Cool. So that's pretty good, I would say. Um, oops. Load her up. Push some colors that are better. Not black, I guess. And which color? Sure, golden. That's looking pretty good. Choose like a different one. Let's go with this one. Okay, so cool. That is going to be it for me tonight. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Ciao.